So vir meer as 'n jaar en 'n half het ek elke Vrydag gesels met Uncle Angus Buchan en vir die heel eerste keer het ons nou ontmoet vandag. A big welcome, Uncle Angus.
Thank you so much, Jonah. It's lovely to see you in the flesh.
After months of talking on the phone.
Months of talking, when I was jogging in the dark and you were speaking to me and encouraging me, now I see you in the flesh. It's wonderful.
And I must be honest, I've never got you not jogging.
That's right.
Unless you were not at home. So, I mean,
That's
your
true.
routine must be amazing.
Yeah, no, well, it is. Obviously, this morning I didn't jog because I've just flown up from the farm.
Yes.
But I am still jogging, yeah. And it's wonderful to meet you. I really
No,
mean
it's
that.
fantastic.
Thank you.
We can hit the gym between 1 and 2 this afternoon.
Wonderful.
The moment I hear the word Angus Buchan, or for me, it's you're an evangelist.
Yes.
You've got one mission,
Right.
and it's to tell people about God and the love of Jesus.
Correct.
But now the 22nd of April, how did that come about? Because
Yeah,
it's going to be huge.
Amazing. Absolute tsunami. That's all I can call it. You know, I've got my whole program organized from January to December. I haven't got one empty slot. And the Lord just visited us. And He did it in the most amazing ways, you know. This has never happened in my life. Now, listen, son. I've been preaching for 40 years almost, eh? And I know how to advertise, and we know how to do it, but never in my life have I experienced what's taking place in our nation at the moment. I was sitting in my prayer room the one morning, and somebody sent me a clip. Then I got the same clip from somebody else, then from somebody else, then from somebody else, then from London, from all over. This little clip was a farmer. I don't know him. I've never met the man. I'm hoping to meet him one day. Maybe I'll meet him in heaven. I don't know. And he said on that clip, he started speaking Afrikaans. Now, you know, I'm limited with my Afrikaans. And I was listening to him, but what really touched me was his passion. He was really passionate, very emotional. And he took this clip in his bakkie. And then he just changed to English. And he said, Angus, I even get emotional telling you this. Angus, call us and we'll come. That was it. I mean, I walked away from there in a daze, like somebody had punched me, you know. I went for my jog. That's it, the same one. And when I was jogging, I'm saying, Lord, you know, initially I felt like saying, well, why don't you do it? You know, why are you asking me to do it? And as I was jogging, the Lord gave me 2 words, that's all. Now, He's never spoken to me audibly. I don't think He's spoken to many people audibly, and they've lived to tell the tale. Remember, Moses just saw the back of him for a minute, and he had to wear a veil for 3 weeks. So I have a problem when people tell me that they've spoken to Jesus personally. But in my heart, 2 things He said to me. Number 1, He said, it's time. It's time. That's all He said. And then the second thing He said really put the fear of God into me. He said, 1 million. 1 million. So I said to that man and to the people, I will give you an answer on Monday. And that weekend, I really wrestled with the Lord. Monday morning, I said, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in the center of this nation, in Bloemfontein, right in the middle. And we're going to see 1 million people, and we are going to come to God as a people, and we're going to pray. And the verse that the Lord has given us, Jordan, is James chapter 5, verse 16, which says, the effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man or woman or boy or girl avails much. That's it. And I tell you what, you're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you, son, because you're in the media business. Within less than 2 weeks, we had 11 million responses to that clip. I mean, I've got a whole team of guys that we employ that look after Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and they can't cope. We've had to bring in more people. And it's 99.9% positive. And you know what my guys told me? 2/3 of those people that are responding are non-Christians. But they want God to do something. I had a vision of Moses taking the children of Israel out of slavery, out of Egypt. But 1 million people. I looked up the book of Exodus. 600,000 men, able-bodied men, from the age of 20 to 60, approximately. Not counting women and children and a few foreigners. So we're looking at just over 1 million people. It's going to happen in Bloemfontein, 4 kilometers out of the town. God, Journée, is going to visit us. Not because Angus Buchan said so. Not because that farmer said so, because God said so. It's unbelievable. We don't hardly any advertising. There's trains, my boy, coming from Cape Town. Trains. Have you ever heard of a train coming to a meeting? Eh? I mean, my son says something like, Dad, we've got to find parking. He's into stats. For 380,000 motor cars.
That's bigger than the biggest rock show ever.
Oh, please, man. Please. I mean, if I phoned Bonner
Maybe we
and
must
said,
phone
listen,
Bono.
Bonner, you want to come and sing to 1 million people live, he'd be on the next plane. He's never sung to 1 million people live. Neither is you two. This is God, and they are coming. And, you know, when I travel, I was up in Johannesburg on Sunday. I was going back. Indian people, black people coming up. There's Clive, my witness, coming up and hugging me and saying, Baba, we'll be there. We're coming. No makanjan, Zofika. We're going to come. And they're all coming. You know why? Because it's time. It's time.
So dis gesels met Angus Buchan, bly ingeskakel net hierna gesels ons verder. As jy net ingeskakel het, ons gesels met Angus Buchan en dit is oor die 22ste April en daar's 'n miljoen mense wat gaan saamkom en dis die visie om saam te bid in Bloemfontein. Uncle Angus, like the recent couple of weeks ago, it was like Human Rights Day.
Yes.
And there's a lot of negativity.
That's right.
It's supposed to be a day that we celebrate, but it was a day that I could see division.
Yes.
I could see there's a darkness, there's
That's
a
right.
negativity.
Correct.
So for me, first of all, your thoughts on changing that, and it's by faith, but also how do you handle criticism? People that say, but we don't want to come, or and people criticize. I mean, at the end of the day, if you a public figure, but especially a passionate one, and a Christian, there's a lot of criticism. How do you handle that?
Absolutely. Well, I take my cricket bat and I knock it for 6.
Yeah.
Right out the field.
Yeah.
Right over the building. If it's constructive criticism, then I take it and I adjust. Okay? I really mean that. I'm not above criticism, please, or I should say correction, maybe. But you're quite right what you said just now. There is such a negative spirit in the country. There's no hope. That is why this event called It's Time has just gone viral. But not only in South Africa, right around the world, Journée. We're getting, there was a lady the other day in the outback of Australia. She wrote into our intercessors, she says, I want to be part of the team. I'm going to pray from there. Everywhere I'm getting reports from all over the world. Why? Because all creation is waiting with expectation for the manifestation of the sons of God. Romans chapter 8, verse 19. And that's what's happening. And God uses who he wants. He uses nobodies like Journée and Angus and whoever else. Whoever's prepared to put their hand up. Okay? Let me just put it to you this way. You asked, how do you handle criticism? There were some missionaries on a sailing boat going to an island in the South Sea. The captain, when he harbored the boat to let them off, he said, don't go off this boat. Those people, they are cannibals. They're going to kill you and they're going to eat you. And these missionaries said, we died before we left. All right? Jim Elliot, he wasn't even 30 years old. He was speared by the Indians in the Amazon jungle. He said, it is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. So when it comes to criticism, Angus Buchan is dead. It's not about Angus Buchan. It's about Jesus Christ. And he's going to do it. And I'm telling you something now, and I want your listeners and your viewers to get this straight. It's not about the white farmers in South Africa getting murdered. And obviously that is very painful for me because I am a white farmer and all my children are farming. All my boys are farming. There are more black people getting murdered in this country than white people. Young girls coming home from school are getting raped and no one says a word about it. See? So this is not about a racialistic issue. This is not about a political issue. This is about a Jesus issue. And we're going to come together as one nation in one place under the sky because there's no building in the world that can seat that amount of people. They come in with their padkos, they come in with their deck chair or their blanket, and they're going to sit, and no one's going to hold them back. I'm talking about 1 million plus, and we're going to cry out to God. Now, come on, Journée, you love Jesus. Can you imagine, do you honestly believe God is going to withhold himself when 1 million of his children are asking him to intercede for this country? We are talking about full-blown revival. Listen, son, it's already started. The other day, I got a clip from a lady who's a school teacher. At assembly, they showed the little clip. It was about a minute when I responded, and I said, we're coming. After assembly, they went back to their classrooms, 3 classrooms. I think it was grade 4, 5, and 6. She spoke to them the whole lot. Every child in those 3 classes gave their lives to Christ. Straight. It's already happening. People are having prayer meetings all over this nation. Thousands of people, not hundreds. God is going to do it. But we need to, now I just want to, there's one thing coming back to criticism. I must make this very clear to your viewers. There is no live streaming. It's becoming a dirty word with me now. Because people keep, and it's mostly the churches. No, but we'll get a soccer field, a rugby field, we'll put up a big screen, then you can live stream it. No. Why? Because God told me, in my heart, to call the people to the center of the country. He wants to speak to them. Yeah, but my dad's in a wheelchair. Bring your dad and the wheelchair. We'll make a place for him. And that's something else I want to say to you. You know the name of this place? It's called Wilde Als, which means wild aloe. This particular aloe has got medicinal properties. God has showed me I will not be praying for the sick. I will not be anointing 1 million people, because it's impossible. God is going to heal people in that place, son. I'm telling you now. He's going to heal them from what, Uncle Angus? He's going to heal them from, first of all, fear, depression, anxiety. Okay? There's going to be women that can't have babies. They're going to fall pregnant after this meeting. Why? Because He's a good God. There's going to be marriages that are going to be healed. There's going to be businesses that are going to become solvent. Why? Because He's a good God. These are the spin-offs that are going to happen from the actual event. You see, you can't outbless God. That's one thing I've learned, son. The more you give to God, the more He gives to you, because He's a giver. Now, I've said something, and you're smiling already. I've told them in the churches, I said, if you are getting married,
yeah, I've heard it. Like you must cancel it.
Cancel it, buddy. Get married the week before or the week after.
It's not the bride who's going to be married. It's going to be the bride's mother.
That's right, exactly. But I want to say something to you. What's the point in getting married and then going into a society that's filled with anarchy? Huh? What is the point? I'm saying, come, cancel. There's a lot of guys canceling their overseas trips, eh? They said they don't want to miss this. I want to ask you a question, sir. You're a well-traveled young man. Have you ever seen 1 million people in the flesh? Neither have I. But we're going to see it. Now, I've just been speaking to Dominee Benny Mostert. He's probably about the most conservative Dominee I've ever met. To get a smile out of him, I mean, it takes a miracle. And I hope you're listening to this, Benny. But Benny said to me, his problem is not the first million, it's the second million.
It's the second million. Imagine 1.5 million people.
Exactly. Make a plan. Die boer maak 'n plan. I know that part of Afrikaans.
Yeah, that's good. Uncle Angus, I think we're going to give all the details in the program. And I've got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
And it's totally different.
Okay.
Where does the love for cowboy come from? The hat, the boots. Just
okay.
Normal question.
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
No, you know, I am a cowboy.
Yeah.
I learned to ride a horse in Australia. Nashville, Tennessee is my favorite place. This belt buckle was given to me by a man who's in the Hall of Fame, Charlie Daniels. He's one of the most famous country western singers. I love cowboys. I love horses. I've got my own horse. You've seen him, Snowy. I've got cattle. Ek is a cowboy. And I'm not ashamed of it. I said to Derek Watts the other day, he was speaking to me about carte blanche, because I want to say something on there. He said, hello, pastor. I said, Derek, don't ever call me a pastor again. I'm not a pastor. I'm a farmer. Even though I'm farming through my son. So that's where it comes from.
I'll come for some horse riding at the farm. Thank you, Uncle Angus.
God bless you, Joe.
Dit was Angus Buchan en ons sal vir jou later in die program al die detail deurgee van die 22ste April.